So we're gonna put together the Heltec LoRa 32. This kit comes with a case, antenna, battery, and the board. So this kit comes with the board, pins, so like that's for if you're gonna stack boards on top of each other. We're not gonna do that. It's wires to go to a power source, battery. It has an antenna that this goes to the box. It also has an internal antenna. So if you want to do like a hidden antenna, this board has a built-in Bluetooth antenna. It's a coil on the board. It's funny how when you try to open this on camera, you can't seem to do it.
Of course.
Screen protector, take that off. Has a hole where the USB-C sticks out. You make sure your board lines up with that. And with these 3D printed cases, you know, you got to make sure that you don't have to shave it off. So it looks like it fits good, well. The tricky part is you never want to put a power source without having an antenna on. So it's going to be the first thing we do. I don't know if you can see it, that little hole goes onto this little pin.
Okay.
And you want to make sure it's on there because if you juice this board up, it's a radio board, it will burn up the board because the power has nowhere to go. So you kind of look at your path. Antenna's going to have to go that way. This antenna works like a bulkhead, so you've got locking washer, flat washer. And I believe you're supposed to put these teeth into the plastic, so it kind of bites down on the plastic. That goes through, and this 3D printed device has like a slot where the nut kind of fits on there. First thing is the washer with teeth. Washer, and then your nut to kind of pull it all together. You're going to want to find a smooth transition for that cable without folding it in half. Antenna's on.
Yay.
Now we have our power supply. which this could be optional. So if you wanted to make this a node with no battery and you're just going to keep it plugged in, you could leave it just like this. But if you want to carry it with you or something like that, make it to where it can be charged. And I know there's a lot of negative opinions on these batteries, but it's okay. The next thing that's important is the polarity of this battery. You can see red and black. And at the base of that board, there is a plus and a minus. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there is polarity, and I'm probably gonna need my glasses.
Well.
So this little screw or nut is square, and it goes in that little hole on the side, just like that. Oop.
Uh-oh, don't lose it.
They do send extras, but yeah. That's probably why.
Yes.
Now I try to put it in the air like that, so I don't have to fight with it. And I just get it tight enough to get it to hold, and then I work the opposite corner. And actually, before I get too far, I should make sure the thing has power. There it is. It's booting. It doesn't have any software on it, so it's gonna act confused. I'll just keep going around. And I'll just snug all these up, and we are done with the build.
Nice.
We just have to shoot the software on it. And I'd probably replace the antenna.
That's cool.
But disconnect the battery before you do that.
Better than what I have. Sorry, I'm very picky about myself. Makes me sad. But I agree.
So go to meshtastic.org. This is for flashing your new device. So if you've never done one on your computer, this is where you watch a bunch of videos and they will leave this section out. You got to go to your documents on .org, getting started, which will be to the left. Scroll down, and right where you see verified data cables, so you need to have a data cable. You can either go buy one or order one on Amazon that you know will do it, or you can test them. Is basically it says, by trying to hook a phone to it and transferring data through it. But then your PC or whatever device, your computer will need a driver, a USB driver, to install from Chrome or a browser. So in our case, we would need to install the ESP32 for this PC. You may have to do more research on the difference between these, but that worked for our PC, which is a Windows, running Windows. You click on that, then it gives you Linux, Macs. It automatically connects us to Windows. Then go to that top CP210 by USB to UART bridge download. Then you click download. It has a downloads menu, and then I downloaded the CP210 by Universal Window Driver. And it has the Mac OS driver, another Windows. I don't know, maybe these are different versions of Windows, but we did the 10, and you click on that, and it's already in the computer, so it's showing it there. And of course, then you want to download, but then you want to also install and make sure you are using that driver. And then you can go back to the website, and you're gonna, at the top where it says Meshtastic, Docs, Blog, Downloads, go to Flasher, and then take your device that you're trying to flash. And on this one, I think you're supposed to hold this button down. They all have different little tricks, but hold it down, kind of wake it up, and then plug it in. Select target. You can see if it'll auto connect, but I found better luck actually finding your device. There's lots of them on here. We got the Heltec V3, and there's a couple of versions of that. They all have the same model, so I don't know if it matters which one we click on. Then, so there's our board. Then you come in here to the version that you're downloading. They have alpha, and they have some different versions, but if you not really messing with the software, just go beta stable and then hit flash. You'll come to this screen. It basically goes over everything they've done with it. Continue. This is new, so we're going to erase and install. At the bottom, then click. You're going to pick your device. It's the only thing plugged in. This says CP2102 USB to UART bridge. Connect. And it's starting. You can see by it's throwing the code on there. And then once we get to 100%, it'll run a few tests, and then you can unplug, but don't unplug it before that. Otherwise, you have to start over.